In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
I was muted again. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday night. Happy Friday. Tonight is the kickoff of the Ultimate Flighting Championship 2, the second year of the UFC on ADHD Whiskey. Not that UFC, a different one, where we break up samples into weight classes. Patrons send these samples. They hand deliver them to me. We group them by proof, and then we find out who the champion is of each weight class. And I'm super excited because this is one of the funnest things I do all year. Patrons get crowned champions and I get to drink hopefully good whiskey. Unless, of course, they punked me, in which case, dang it. How the heck is everyone doing? Kix is in the house. What's happening? Mr. Bill Kavanaugh's here. Thad, Whiskey Central Shayla, how are you? Wendy Miller, Bev Porter, whoever that is. Just kidding, Mom. Love you so much. Stephen Hill, Cheech, the man Artolino, Cheech the Leech, as we like to call him, because he is just easy to suck up to because you want him to like you. And I guess that would make us Cheech's Leeches. Oh, Cheech. That's the new name for your people. Cheech's Leeches, because we're so attached to you because you're such an awesome person. Write that down or remember it. Just remember it. JJ the Bourbon Shark, Duke McHale, CPMC the Gnaw is here. Dana Blanco, the Brew Baker Maker. What's going on, Ernie? Oh boy, Dieter Lang is in the house. Bob Belkovac, Jeff Perkins, Horses and Bourbon, Big Daddy. What's up, Big Daddy? What's going on? Enrico, that's fun to say. Enrico. Dave Markowski, Univ Polk, woo, Lucas Oppenir. Ophidian, 1965. This is a good year, I heard. Heard that was a decent year. Adam Hinson, what in the world is happening? Dave is here. Nice to see you, Dave. Just scrolling so fast. Peter B. Yeah, I was on mute for a second. Just a second. It was only a second, I think. Am I still muted? That'd be bad. That would be bad. Bruzel's here. What's going on, Bruzel? TJ's a friggin' man. Love TJ. Baron, not Barton. It says Erica H. Not sure what that means, but whatever. Bourbon Boss Man's up in here. Friggin' Cheech's Leeches are up in here. Sandeep, what's going on? Columbo's Candela? Who the heck knows? How's your night, Matt? It's going good, Garrett. Had a long day. We went to the Bed Bath & Beyond, the Home Depot. It was a day. Got home, made dinner for everybody, got the kids to bed. Now I'm just ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go. I'm so excited. Country Schlammers is up in the house. That's a good. I like that. Toshi Bake. All righty. Ryan Keyhole is here. Spencer Scruggs. That's a sweet last name, Scruggs. 206 watching, 46 likes. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. Tonight is going to be a blast. Tonight is going to be a bunch of fun. I have 7 or 8 samples in front of me in the super heavyweight division. Super heavyweights are going tonight to kick off the Ultimate Flighting Championship. 8 patrons sent me super heavyweight bourbons. And just to familiarize ourselves, no, can't do it. Can't do
So I
that.
definitely got that wrong.
I got that wrong for sure. Let's see. Oh, my mouse glitching. Don't do that. Don't do that. Uh-oh. There we go. Where in the world is the thing? I went too far. Yeah. See, I was sort of prepared, but not exactly quite. Here we go. It's going to cover the entire screen. Unless, of course, I'm super smart and do it a different way. Bang. Can I do this? Wow, my mouse. Nope, can't do it any different way. So that's the breakdown of the weight divisions here tonight. Well, for the next several weeks. Tonight, we're kicking it off with the super heavyweights, 126 proof plus. 126 proof plus. How is this going to go? Who knows? It's going to be a lot of fun, though. That's all I know. That's all I know. As long as my mouse works, then we're good. I'm going to need you to work a little bit better, all right? Come on, get with it. 220 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday night. You could be doing anything, but you're here. And I love you for it. I love you a lot. While I get these samples poured, I'm first going to open this bottle and have a little tasty poo just to kick things off. This is a bottle I picked up today from a store for MSRP. This is a 2022 Bambergers. Bottle 1105, 2022 release, and 108 proof like normal. Small batch Kentucky straight bourbon. Bambergers here. I got it. It's just sitting on a shelf. Literally just sitting on a shelf. So, ooh, America. We'll have a little sip of this, and then we're going to get into our big flight. I have the 2020 and 2021 versions as well. It'll be nice to be able to compare them after a bit. But I started to like the 2021 Bambergers a lot. Like later on in the year last year, I was like, wait a minute. This is really good. Trev's broken shoulder sent you? Oh, thanks, Trev, and his broken shoulder. Did Trev really break his shoulder? Daniel P. Still looking for that Heaven Hill 17. I may have an update for you. Let me be honest here. Don't expect anything to come of that. But if it were to come, I shouldn't have. If it came, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear any findings. That would be so cool. An endless journey. Yeah. Hello from Oklahoma. I wonder if I can name 2 cities in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City. Actually, is that even in Oklahoma? It's probably not. Tulsa? I don't even know. You know what? Oklahoma's a weird state. It's where you go to hide, I think. Pretty sure. Cheech, you don't have to send people to my TikTok. That's embarrassing. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to start deleting stuff because it's so embarrassing. Cheers, VZ Vandermoor. Cheers. How much was it? $109 plus tax for the Bambergers. $109. And it smells nice. Very graham crackery. Huh. You know what? I think that they do double barrel this somehow. Or maybe that's the Shanks. I'd have to double check. But it does smell like a secondary barreled product. A little bit of extra aging in a secondary barrel probably. Because I'm getting that toasted barrel note off of it. That's light and sweet. That's 108 proof. It tastes like 90 proof right now. Wow, that's crazy. Well, the rest of these super heavyweights should go down easy as well. Lucas, I just owned my kids in some Roblox games. Now to celebrate the victory. Hells yeah, Lucas. My kids are always talking about Roblox. And no idea. I thought they were saying robots for a very long time. Turns out I was wrong. Roblox. That is not even a word. Josh Man's here. Rich Easy. J Max. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Mustang, Oklahoma. That's a good one. Claremore? I would never remember that. Ever. Oh, well, I got two. If I could think of a third, I would, but no, there's probably no idea. Probably no chance I could ever. Stillwater, Oklahoma. I could maybe remember that. Double check your double barrel thought. I might be wrong. I could probably be wrong. Drinking a heavyweight 136 proof Old Forester pick. I wonder if there will be any of those in the flight. There could be. There could not be. We don't know. Tonight's going to be fun. Let's get this thing started. I need to start pouring some whiskeys here. So we have, I said 7 or 8 because this is what happened. I received 8 samples, but only 7 keys. So I don't have a key for the 8th sample, and I reached out and I was like, hey, can you email that to me? No response yet. So if that one were to win and I can't reveal on nothing, that'd be bad. So I think we might just do 7 here. So I just checked my email and it's not there. Mick Whiskey, if you're in the chat, holler in the chat and be like, I'm here, and I'll email you what it is, because I need to know what it is for the reveal, you know? Otherwise it's just like, well, something won. Not sure what. Or something came in 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th. Drew, how did you not have Dickel Tabasco in your whiskeys? I think, wasn't it called Bourbon I'll Never Buy Again? That's not bourbon. That is literally flavored whiskey. So that's why. That's bad. Christopher Gable, just giving everybody crap, even in the Patreon comments. He's like, can't you send your stuff? Send your stuff. But I'm guilty of not sending stuff to in a timely manner. Trev says you're awesome. I think Trev's awesome. P.S. By the way, Trev's awesome. All right. You know who else is awesome? DC. I said if I were ever a wrestler, I would have a name. And he just solidified that name. So whoa. Gravity tractor. Look at that. What wrong way? Whew. That's pretty badass. That is pretty badass. So, see here. First super heavyweight sample of the night. Brian Engelhard is a super heavyweight competitor, but I want to start off with a smaller one so I get an idea here. Jay Liang, the reigning defending super heavyweight champion. Jay Liang. That's what she said. Right, stick it right on there. America. Jay Liang. Your sample is going in glass, not even labeled yet. Come on, Porter. Come on, get it together. J will go in A. J will go, what's that off center? Gotta center it. I don't want any ideas. J will go in A. J in A. Oh, I ripped right through plastic on that one. Brian Engelhard, America, will go in B. B for Brian. McWhiskey. Did McWhiskey post? Did McWhiskey say to pour his or not? Is he even in here? McWhiskey, are you here? Alex says, Tenasaki is the best thing I've ever heard. I've said it like 3 times because I think it's great too. That's just me repeating the same joke over and over again until more people giggle because I thought it was funny. Did McWhiskey say something? I asked him to say something and then didn't even look. Come on, come on, come on, come on, turn the radio on. Paul Graham, $20 super chat from the Graham man. Paul, thank you so much. You are one generous individual, and What a guy. Paul Graham, everybody. Big supporter of Whiskey Tube is Paul. Huge supporter. Drew says, I need to read. You said, did you not send a key? I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Let's see here. Your glasses would only make the headband cooler. These? I got them. Yeah, not gonna work. They're covered in fingerprints, but we got a visual. Dieter Lang with a super chat. Dieter says, the big question of the night is how many samples will be the same pour? Oh, I already did Brian's. I want to put that down. There could be multiple, right? And as long as I don't put them in first place and last place, I'll be okay. I'll be okay with it. Thank you for the super chat. All right. We have Brett Buffum. Brett Buffum is a super heavyweight contender. America is going in what I will label. You know what? I'm such a dum-dum. I didn't even put the B on Brian's. Now I did. C. Glass C will be Brett. Brett will be in glass C. Is that even? Well, that's a dark whiskey. Holy crap. That's 50 Shades of Grape right there. Shout out to everybody who picked up my Obtainium light whiskey single barrel pick today, 50 Shades of Grape. Hopefully you love it. It's good. It's an oaky bugger and really good. DC definitely used the black electrical tape. Shout out Will Henderson for the friggin' knife. Oh, yeah. It took me a minute to really get the hang of this knife, Will, but guess what? Pretty ninja now. Ninja with this knife. Wow. That black electrical tape is really kind of a bugger, you know? So there it goes. Okay, close the knife, put it down. Safety first. Fingers take a lifetime to grow, forget about safety, and off they go. Ask my brother about that. He got the sign in his garage now. All right, DC will go in glass D. That makes sense. That makes sense. Super smart. DC will go in glass D. Crap. He sent 2 samples and I poured. He has less than everybody else in there. Dang it, DC. Now I got to go through another. I feel like a real Johnny, what's it called? Johnny Lawrence right now. You know what I mean? Cobra Kai. I feel like a real Johnny Lawrence. Okay. Maybe if I just find the end. Or I'll just use the knife again. If it's not an even pour, then I feel like I could know which one is DC's because there'd be a little bit less in it. Oh yeah. Knife expert extraordinaire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Put it down. Put it down. I feel like I'm being super safe. Get off of there. America. Perfect. All right. DC is poured in D. Moving on to glass E. We have glass E. Come on. E. I just did that. F and G. Still no McWhiskey. Still no McWhiskey. I'll get back to chat in a second. I just got to get these poured. And then I'll double check one last time for Mr. McWhiskey to see if his thing is... Oh, got a Rick Manasek. Super heavyweight Rick Manasek with an aged in ore sampler. A competitor in the heavyweight division, super heavyweight division. Oh, by the way, so Jay Liang is the champion defending tonight in the super heavyweight division, but DC America was the champion of the heavyweight division. He's moving up this year to take on the champ. Can DC pull out the upset? Who knows? But we're going to find out. We will find out. F. I figured it wouldn't take this long to pour them, but you live and you learn. Am I missing the sample? Oh, no, there's one in there hiding. We found it. All is good. Don't forget to label the other glasses. I got them, Bill. I already labeled them. I feel like I smell smoke. Not like on fire, but like peat smoke. There's no way somebody poured me. One of these smells weird. One of them smells weird. Maybe somebody didn't follow the instructions. We'll find out. Tim Weeks, America, will go in glass. Tim Weeks in glass F. Perfect. And then Bill Kavanaugh himself, Mr. Bill Kavanaugh in G. America. Bill Kavanaugh, super heavyweight in glass G. I'll tell you what, if McWhiskey isn't in here, I'm going to check my email one last time before we make this flight final. Once I eventually find out what once he sends me the key, I will blind his against the champion to see how his compares. But tonight we have a finalized flight of 7 pours. McWhiskey, super sorry I don't get your, what do you call it? Your key. That's a bummer. But that's all right. 7's plenty. I would imagine 7's probably pretty plenty. Next thing's next. Let's move this empty glass off of the surface. And then I'm gonna confuse myself. Then we're gonna number them and get going. This gravity tractor thing is just solid. Just going through chat here. Label glass. Oh yeah, wow, I'm way behind, huh? Crap. Everyone's telling me to put stickers on the. Yeah, I did. I got stickers on them now. Now we're good. Over the line. Am I the only one who gives a shit about the rules? Bill says, don't forget to label that one port as B. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did it. Thank you for the super chat to remind me. Wow, everybody is just telling me. I did put a sticker on B. Oh, yeah, for sure. B for Brian, I believe. Mark it to 0. Ted DiBiase, hells yeah. Hells yeah. The Bourbon Wrench himself is in the chat. What's going on, Trev? You beautiful man. Just a beautiful guy. Brett Buffum. I'm here ready to rumble and enjoy the same juice that is battling tonight. That's right. If anyone is here in chat, it's super heavyweight night. Pour something 126 proof plus, and let's get ready to rumble. Actually, that is copyright protected, so I can't say that. Matter of fact, UFC is probably, yeah, never mind. Just breaking all the rules. Drums and drams, what's going on? Speaking of a super not heavyweight, Cameron is in the house. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. My knife skills are pretty good. Pretty good. Why would anyone downvote this? They show downvotes now? Come on. I liked it a lot more when they just didn't. I was to understand Matt was going to be topless tonight. Bourbon, maybe later. We'll see. Seven super heavyweights later could possibly happen. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting down there. Hacksaw. That's right. It's time. Nope, that's also Toshi Bake. That is also copy. The buffers they'll just file suit. Ultimate Bourbon Warrior. That's a pretty sick name. All right, let's mix these buggers up. Should I do? No. I was going to do the Julie Lake Wheel of Confusion, but we've broken some before. You'll be surprised to know that I'm not done, but I honestly have no idea which glass is which already. And some people don't believe that. But if you watch the channel long enough, you would believe that, because this attention span is bad. It's bad. It's a bad attention span. And then some people I've read in comments before, like when I do a blind, and they're like, you can see the letter through the bottom of the glass. And I'm like, I intentionally don't look at the letter to make it fun, because it wouldn't be fun if I cheated. It would not. That would take the fun out of it. The fun is in the blind. I'm not going to set up a blind to know what they are. So bourbon. Oh, maybe next Friday I can convince Carissa to come in here and mix them up for me. That would be interesting. We'll get her to do it one of these Fridays for sure. All right. Now I'm going to give random glasses, random numbers. I will say 3, 5, 2, 1. I need a 4, a 6, and a 7. All right. Completely blind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. This is fun. There we go. This is fun because there could be some crazy stuff in here. The challenge was submit a sample in a weight class of your choosing if you think you could beat any other sample submitted. So hopefully there's some really good stuff in here and it's really difficult. That's a lot of Visky glasses, Matt. I like Visky glasses. I do like Visky glasses. And how they swirl their Visky asses. Spin the table. This table, I overloaded it before and it hasn't been the same since. Hey, Dunny, what's going on? Long time no see, man. It was nice to see you in Detroit. Nice to see you again here in chat. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching the videos on the channel lately as well. That helps a lot. Video today, I think, is over 10,000 views already, so that makes me very happy. Helps a lot. Does help a lot. Especially when there's a sponsor attached to the video. That makes them want to continue doing videos. So that's a big plus. All right. Glass number 1. Do I have water? Oh, yeah. We got water. Glass number 1, the beginning of the fun. Giving it the first SJ of the night. Will my hand be numb or will my whole body? We'll find out. We will find out because it's super heavyweight night, 126 proof plus. And let's get into glass number 1. Oh, I'm guessing that's at least 126 proof right off the nose. Ooh, that is kind of peachy. That's a little I know people don't like when things are described as the fruits with the crap. You know what? I don't even know what they're called anymore. Peaches and plums. The things with the thing in the middle. It's got like the core fruit. That's not it. Somebody help me out. Ball fruit. Stone fruit. Chris Smuda in the house. Hells yeah, Chris. Nailed it. Oh, then everybody else throwing it back at me. Stone fruit. This has got some stone fruit on it. It's very sweet and enjoyable. I am going to, no, I think the number 1 is fine. These glass markers are very nice because they wash really easy, but also they come off easy. So, little banana bread, possibly. Little sweet bakery notes. A very sweet bourbon is number 1. Let's give it a sip. Wow. Analyzing. Glass 1 is hot. Glass 1 is very proofy. I'm not gonna take a second sip right away. I'm gonna wait and come back to it. I'm gonna make a note in my book because there are 7 samples here, so I need to make proper notes. Damn it! My book fell on the floor. Come on, Porter. What the hell's this doing here? Let's make it on a piece of paper. Note on a piece of paper. Oops. I am turning into a hot mess already. Losing my microphone. Lost my notebook. Found a hitch for my trailer. Glass 1 is hot. Relatively simple. So hot, simple, sweet, and not a ton going on the first glass. Not a ton. It was good. I did enjoy it. When I go back to it, we'll see again. But first glass of the night is interestingly tamed down a little bit from what I was expecting. The nose was very nice. I thought it was going to throw up a bit more complexity and kind of dance around a little bit, but it didn't. It didn't do it. We don't know what's in the blind. These are 7 blind, 126 plus proof samples sent by patrons to see who will be crowned the super heavyweight champion. Chris Cox, I sent you an email to get your Jefferson Ocean samples. If you're not scared, let me know where to ship them. Chris Cox, you're getting P.O. Box for sure. Like, for sure. But yeah, actually, I do have an Ocean somebody sent me as well. I think Chris Casper sent? Somebody sent me an Ocean. But yeah, I will respond to your email. Sorry, I'm a bit slow on the response lately. Apologize. I need a secretary. That is also true. Very true. Chris Smuda called me trailer trash. That is also true. Hot garbage. I feel like that's also a good name for me. The chat police are active tonight. Who's chat policing? What's going on? Chat police. Takashi, Dan can't taste or smell whiskey currently. Yeah, that sucks. That's a big bummer. Hopefully he comes back for him soon. It took about a week for me both times, but hopefully he comes back and it's better than ever. All right, glass number 2. Glass number 2, by the way, pretty dark stuff, I would say. That's some dark whiskey. Let's go for a taste or a smell. There's two different Hollywoods, Hollywood with an E and Hollywood without an E in chat. Interesting. I have an idea. This smells. The smell isn't exactly jumping out of this glass. I thought it would with the color on it. I was expecting just a rush of scent. This is a much darker nose. This is a much more leathery, a little bit of a more leathery beast. Leather, maybe even a hint of, I don't even want to go tobacco yet. Yeah, I might just go there. This is a much darker, more leathery nose. Leathery. I would say this reminds me of some of the Kentucky Owl bourbons I've had in the past. By the way, the winner last year was Jay Liang sent the Kentucky Owl Bourbon 9, I believe. That was the winner last year. This one smells a lot like I remember that smelling. Let's go in for a taste of glass number 2. Wow. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I feel like, wow. I feel like, what's his name off Breaking Bad? The crazy Salamanca. The one who met Walter White and he beat up Jesse, that guy. When he did the first bit of the blue stuff, and he's like, yeah, that's how I feel. That was amazing. This is really good. Glass 2 is an extreme flavor bomb that erupts immediately, like a flavor volcano. And then the molten lava of bourbon just gets everywhere and you can't get it out. Nobody wants to touch it because it's so hot. And it just kind of does what it's going to do. And what it does in this scenario is amazing. Lots of dark fruits, lots of oak, lots of barrel char, and the finish that goes on for days. That's a tremendous bourbon. Whoever sent that is a good friend of mine now. We're good friends. Jeff Frederick. Super excited to participate this year in a different weight class. Love this idea. Can't wait to see what the people are sending. Hashtag World Stop Whiskey. Hashtag Porter for the win. By the way, shout out to Jonathan Cook. Jonathan Cook did the voiceover for my new intro. If you missed it, it's at the very beginning of the live stream. Amazing work. He does stuff for like big channel, like Fox and Disney, and does movie trailers and promos, and kind of a big deal. So Jonathan Cook, thank you so much for agreeing to do that or offering to do that, because so cool. That freaking intro is it gets me pumped and ready to go. It gets me so ready to be on mute when I start the stream. So Jonathan Cook, everybody, give Jonathan Cook a shout out, because what a guy. J Max, night all, been fun. Good night, J Max. Sorry if I bored you to sleep. At least I didn't bore you all the way to sleep. All right, let's go on to glass 3. Glass 3. Ooh. Hello. Tuco Salamanca. That's the one, Tuco. I can't remember. I can't believe I forgot Tuco's name. No, Hector Salamanca was the one in the wheelchair. Tuco, yeah. Yeah, tight. Schlamageddon. All right. I didn't even swirl and it smelled great. This one is pretty familiar. Red fruits and a barrel tannin that reminds me of something that I don't want to say until I taste it. Matter of fact, even I don't want to make any guesses here, even though I can say what it reminds me of, but I'm not going to make any official guesses because I don't want to like think I know what I'm tasting, because sometimes that ends up poorly. But very nice smelling, sweet red fruits, strawberries, cherries. And then, like, if I say barrel tannin, half of you will know what I mean. But let me taste it here. It smells really, really good. Yeah, that's a serious pour. What I was waiting for on that was the signature, what I call the red wine note I get off of a Jack Daniel's barrel proof. But that came and went, and no sign of that barrel tannin. Maybe that nose confused me, or possibly it's just a different brown forman product. That was good. I forgot about my notes already. Son of a bee. How did I forget my notes after one? That one was extra sweet. It did shift a little bit on the mid palate. It went from like just sweet to like a creaminess. There's like a creaminess on the mid palate and then finished tremendously. That one is phenomenal. When I said I'm not guessing, I'm guessing. They're on the paper. You can't see it either. These are my notes. They're my notes, dang it. Oh boy. Tuku. Pretty close. Pretty close. Does that glass have a 3 on it? Yeah. Because I need to keep them in order. So on the bottom of the glass, they're labeled with letters, and the letters are assigned to a name, whoever sent me the sample. And then I mixed the glasses up and randomly numbered them. Then that way I can assign placement for the glasses at the end. Because eventually I'm going to have to say glass 3 is in 5th place, or you know what I mean? So yeah, there are numbers written on them just to keep track of them. My mom loves the intro. Large woolly bugger is in the house. We came for the whiskey content. Dang it. Come on, Mouse. Which is my nickname, by the way. My mom gave it to me. We came for the whiskey content today because of the headband. #Gravity Tractor. That would be my wrestling name if I ever... Jonathan Cook, everybody. Man, in a world. I can't... Wow, that voice. Yeah, DC sent me a friggin' headband. What a guy. Gravity Tractor is... I read an article one day on... It was like recommended to me. But a gravity tractor is some sort of... I don't think it exists yet, but it's a theory of a... Or it's like a theory, I don't know. It's something that they say could exist. I guess it is like a theory. I don't... We'll get past that. It's a device or a... Just Google it. It's meant to like make an asteroid not hit Earth. My brain's working at about 7%. Let's say an asteroid was about to hit Earth. A gravity tractor could potentially make it not hit Earth. And it's also my wrestling name, because badass wrestling name. Hey, Jeffrey Wack is here. Hello again, whiskey friends. Jeffrey Wack, you bugger. I love you, man. I can't help but think of Jeffrey Wack's smile and smile back. Rob D in the weekly top 40. Thanks for suffering through Calumet 8 so we don't have to. No problem, Rob. And I actually owe Calumet a response. They sent me a message on Instagram. They would like to know what like batch and stuff I have, like what the lot is on it and stuff. To be fair, I don't think it's a lot issue. Like, I don't think it's a problem with my bottle. I think it's just a problem with that blend altogether. It's not like it's funky bad. Like, what in the world's wrong with this bourbon? It's more like it's just not good. Like, I don't know. Glass 4. Ooh. Ew, glass 4. Hello. Has anyone seen the new Boston Bourbon Company Chateau de la Baude? Cameron, Drums and Drams, has one, and he reviewed it on his live stream last night. Do I believe everything Cameron says? No. Should I? Probably. Probably should. Mark Hemmenecker says, oh gosh, okay, way to throw that word out immediately. Astrophysical theoretical Earth safety device. It's like a proleptic for an asteroid. It's a spacecraft that could theoretically be used to push an object in space. Yeah. And I'm just that man. That's just me. Yeah, Stuff and Whiskey. Love you guys. Josh and Aaron, great, great people. If you're not subscribed to Stuff and Whiskey, I would imagine you should do so. All right. Glass 4. Ooh. Drums and Jams. Straight up too much water, dude. Yeah, the Calumet 8, it's just like, it tastes like when you put ice in a bourbon. It has like a soury, just not a good smell, not a good taste. Glass 4 reminds me of something else as well. Man, is this very bakery, very like banana bread-esque? Huh. A little bit of cranberry, you could say. A little bit of cranberry muffin. Muffin is a fun word, right? All right, let's taste glass 4. Man, that's good too. Good grief. Huh. Sweet up front, then it shifts into a spice on the back end. Not like a heavy rye spice, but more just like a peppery spiciness. Nothing crazy, but it does leave that spice tickle on the back of the palate. It's just kind of lingering there. Just kind of lingering on the back of the tongue. Could be a high rye bourbon, but it is, man, that's good. Oh boy. 4. See, this is where it's going to start getting difficult because a lot of these are really good. Oh boy. It's okay. Only 3 left. Only 3 left to taste through. That's why I'm taking notes, right, Matt? That's why you're taking notes. So far, these are all very high proof. I'm glad that we just did the weight class. The weight class thing is what makes it good. If you're just joining us, what I'm doing is I am going through a super heavyweight flight of samples that were hand delivered by patrons of mine. We're doing a lot of different weight classes, a lot of different ones. We'll see. I'll pull it up again. Here it is. The weight classes, 80 to 89, bantamweight, 90 to 94, featherweight, 95, 99, lightweight. And you can read down. Tonight, we're doing 126 proof plus, the super heavyweight division kicking it off. 7 samples in front of me, and I have to choose a champion. Which patron is the super heavyweight champion of 2022? There's only one way to find out, and that's to taste a bourbon or 2 or 7. probably 7. There it is. By the way, in case you're wondering, Alec Bradley Cigars, the official sponsor of the Ultimate Flighting Championship. Best cigars on the planet. Thank you. Thank you, Alec and Bradley and Alan, for sponsoring this channel. Love you guys so much. You're amazing people, and I would just like to hug at least Alec and Alan. I think Bradley might shiv me in the kidney with a sharp knife. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. What would you pair it with? Pair what with? Oh my gosh. Pair what with? I would tell them it needs to be a higher proof. Even the 15-year fell apart when I proofed it down. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I mean, once you start adding that much water, like, you have to be able to know when to stop, right? You have to be able to know when too much is too much. Get Strunk is here. Oh, the Strunks. We're only 3 samples in. I can't wait till the end of this live stream. Get Strunk. Looking forward to your light whiskey pick. It'll be my first. Oh, awesome. If anything, there is a hieroglyphic. Boy. You know what? We're just going to move on to glass 5. What's it called? Hyra something. It's a shiny sticker. It's just not working. My brain's not working. Has anyone else had to take a break from bourbon just because of how overbearing and oversaturated the market has become? I miss the simpler times. I don't know. Maybe there's so much stuff out there. Holographic. That's it. You know what? I would choose all of you for my lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Probably on the $100 question. I'd use that lifeline immediately. But yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think having to take a break from bourbon in general, it's just more like taking a break from hunting and stuff. I can see that for sure. There's just so much out there, so much on the shelf, and you don't know what any of it is, or if any of it is any good. All you know is it's priced through the roof. What you're saying is you need a bottle of Calumet 10-year. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, okay. Man. When I go back through these, I'm going to put a few of them together to see if I'm smelling, because we talked about some people sending the same thing. We might be in for that tonight. Oh, wait a minute. A lot of these are so similar that there are differences, and they might be actually more apparent than because when you're talking and smelling and tasting and talking and reading, stuff starts to smell a little bit the same. But tonight, we need to choose a champion. So tonight, you need to bear with me while I take my time and actually analyze these, like Cameron, like Drums and Drams, analyzes stuff. He must have a much better processor than me. Like a lot of gigs of RAM in his head, because he's so good and so smooth and quick. I can achieve the same results. It just takes me a few more years. And on this one, I first thought it smelled similar to a couple of the other ones, but then after smelling more and more, I'm thinking this might be something entirely different. It's very sweet, like other ones were, but it's kind of twisting in a cherry direction, almost like a medicinal cherry, almost like maybe a Buffalo Trace. I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit rusty on like my Stag Junior smelling and stuff like that. They just don't exist around here. I have the Bourbon Junkies Stag Junior pick, and I haven't picked it up in a long time. So E.H. Taylor barrel proof Stag Junior, stuff like that, I have to actually like reacclimate my nose and palate for those because it's just been a while. All right, let's go for a taste of glass 5. Glass 5 is remaining sweet. I'm kind of happy this is the way this went because I think I can rule glass 5 out. It didn't spark any sort of mayhem in my mouth. It didn't incite any sort of like activity. It was there. It was sweet. It was good. I'm not saying it's a bad bourbon. It was phenomenal, but there are other ones in this grouping that make it easy to say that glass 5 is not the winner. The finish is still going a little tiny bit, but like I said, there were other pours in here that are on a bit of a different level. So I think that I can rule glass 5 out. It's still very good. Whoever sent it, thank you very much. But it's good, just not quite that. Notes. That's right. Notes. Everyone keep reminding me of Notes 5. All right. Tim Evans. What's up, Tim? I freaking love Tim. He's a good hugger. That Tim is a good hugger. James Morgan is up in the house. AB Cigars. Am I that far behind? Let's see some Calumet 8 anger. I'm not that mad anymore. I was mad for a minute. I can, Cameron triggered me today, right before the live stream. He tagged me in a post on Instagram from the one and only Rare Stash, and a little bit of a trigger. It said something like, there's no such thing as a bad whiskey, but some whiskeys are better than others, which is true. And where I expected it to go was ours is what it is, and whatever. But no, they said, but Rare Stash is the best of the best, and I will comment on it. And eventually, at some point, I would imagine they're going to tell me to stop, because not at all anything worth anything. Sorry, I'm late. Love the super heavyweight challenge. Are you slammered? What's going on? I am so far behind. 6 minutes? That's nothing. 6 minutes is nothing. I could do a few scrolls and be caught up. Jimmy John's Pizza, isn't fall just the start of bourbon hunting season? It is. And I found a friggin' Baumburgers today. A Baumburgers at retail. That's pretty good. That's probably going to be the only bottle I find all year. But still. I went to a store today and asked them about they do like a rare whiskey thing at the end of the year, but they don't tell anybody about it. You kind of have to ask to be a part of it. And I was too late last year, so I asked again this year. The girl behind the counter just had me write my name on a piece of paper, and she said she was going to give it to the guy. She's not giving it to them. She's not giving it to anybody. Glass 6 is coffee. What on earth is that? Are you? Here's glass 1. Can you, I don't know if the camera really does it justice, but that's a different shade of everything. What on heck? Glass 6 is a dark bugger. Going for a nose. 330 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday night. Hit the thumbs up. Heck yes. We're going to crown a super heavyweight champion eventually. Not yet, though. We have a long way to go. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. That's what that is. Or it could be a Coy Hill. Probably Coy Hill. Maybe Coy Hill. If you know what that is, you know what that is. Go for a sip. Wow. Freddie Mercury. That's out of this world. Wow, that is. Wow, Gravity Tractor, that son of a bitch. And you get slapped. That is in a. That is Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. And if that's not Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, then my middle name isn't whatever it is. Good grief. That was actually a much bigger sip than I anticipated taking. Whoa. Party on. That's. That is sex while camping. It's intense. I heard that somewhere. That's not my joke. I stole it. Do I like it? Yeah, of course. It's crazy. That's a crazy whiskey. That is an insanely crazy whiskey. Have I tasted anything on this flight that's that intense? No. Have I tasted anything on this flight that I might think is better? Maybe. Man, oh man. Where's the water after that? Good grief. Those Coy Hills are, if you've never had one, it's like racing fuel. It's like you're drinking racing fuel. Computer. That makes a lot of sense. Computer. Jason Busey, you son of a goose. New member. Thank you, Jason. Love you, man. You need music in the background. I can do that, Todd. I can put some music in the background. Will it be the best music? No. I meant to do a I don't know. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise.
This is not good.
I know, Cam. I know. I'm sorry, but it'll get better. Where's the music at? Oh, here it is. Found it. Here we go. It's just the music that we put in the. Is it even playing? There it is. All right. In just a minute after it adjusts, let me know how the levels are. This is just the music that's in my videos. The hard part is looking crisp. Man, I need to catch up and chat because I need to know what you're talking about now, so we're on the same page. It's no fun doing this if nobody knows what page we're on. Rare Stash is going to send you a cease and desist order. You know, I'll send them a cease and desist, and then I'll send them a class action lawsuit because they don't say where their whiskey's distilled on the bottle. I won't do that. That was just a joke. That was a bluff. I mean, I'm sure I could, because what they did was illegal. They said that their whiskey, it's on their website now, is a blend of 95% like 15-year or 14-year Tennessee whiskey and 5% whiskey from North Carolina. If they honestly sourced barrels from George Dickel, which they considered unearthing rare barrels of whiskey, doubt it. But they literally made the worst blend possible. And then they didn't disclose where their whiskey came from on the bottle. It just says North Carolina. It doesn't say distilled in. So by law, it all had to be distilled in North Carolina, which is illegal. So cease and desist this gravity tractor. Music is 5 out of 5. Does that mean perfectly loud? Mark Deonda. Hey, Matt, how many of these whiskeys are in your wheelhouse so far tonight? And does that influence your decision on picking a winner? The way I'm picking a winner is this. It is the absolute best bourbon I'm tasting. All of them are in my wheelhouse. This is too tight now. They're all in my wheelhouse. There's a couple of them that don't quite live up to the rest. But I'm not just going to pick one because, I mean, it's just got to be the best whiskey. It's just the best whiskey. Of course, what I think is good is going to influence that for sure. But still, yeah, if that makes sense. Seriously, Jack Daniel's went from rather boring pre-Rona to one of the most exciting whiskey brands in 2 years. Greg, you're absolutely correct. Got an email today from a gentleman at Jack Daniel's who wants, and this is just super cool. They have a podcast called Around the Barrel, the official Jack Daniel's podcast, and they want to like fly me into Lynchburg and to Nashville and have me on their podcast. And I'm like, that's pretty sweet. I don't know if they've ever listened to me talk. I'm what some people would consider to be not great to listen to. But at the same time, that's an opportunity that I'm not going to pass up if I have any choice because it's super cool. Class 7. I thought there were now Tennessee distilleries who were selling barrels other than Dickel. Is this the case? Yeah, I know that there are some, but I don't know if there are any that are sourcing barrels that are aged 14 years or longer. This one's kind of bready. A little bit of a nut on 7. A little bit of nuttiness. Nothing uncommon on Glass 7. I would say that this is a pretty familiar nose to me. It's not overly oaky. None of these have been overly oaky. None of them have been extra aged and extra oaked. From what I remember. Let's go for a taste of Glass 7 to see how the nose compares to the palate, because the nose I'm not saying is tremendous. But let's go for a taste and see how she goes. That is... what in the world? I wonder if that's an Elijah Craig pick. I know I said I wasn't going to guess, but I can't help it. That is good. That is oak. It's a bit oaky, a little bit of barrel char, a little bit of nuttiness, but like traditional. What's the word that the mash and drum uses? Quintessential bourbon notes on there. Some quintessential bourbon flavors. Now, everybody who entered this tonight, their goal was to enter if you believed you had the best sample. That could be any sample. So those were the rules. So I'm guessing that these got to be freaking good. Good pours. None of these were bad. None of them were bad, that's for sure. Alrighty. Whoops. Dropping the mouse again. I do like Glass 7. No, so I met the gentleman who sent me the email. I met him at Whiskey Weekend. A very, very nice guy from Jack Daniel's, and I don't know, they have been very, very nice to me. Does that mean that I'll always like everything they do? No, obviously not. But at the same time, like, I feel like, you remember how Jackie Zykin started like getting the feel of the people and kind of started pushing Wolf Forrester to do things that people wanted them to do? I kind of feel like Jack Daniels is the same way. Like they're listening and they have people who are putting feelers out there and they're like actually using that feedback for what they're doing. And if they're not doing that, then whoever's making the decisions, they are, kind of in the same space we are. By the way, these are my notes for the night. It's just boobs. Just drew boobs. That's all I did. Wasn't taking notes. All right. Does that come with a pick? I double doubt that, but I wish. That'd be pretty sweet. If I could do a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof pick would be amazing. Drums and Drams. Cameron, the encyclopedia of whiskey and tasting whiskey, says Tennessee Distilling Company has a 10-year stock. 99% sure that's what Heaven's Door Decade Series is. And by 99%, that means nothing. By the way, Cameron, I love you. I love you a lot. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. What are the boobs on your note? Those are just notes. They're just notes. Music's a hair loud. Oh, dang it. Thought that I fixed it because I just turned it down. There. That's probably better. It's got to be better. Can I do a guitar solo now? No. Lost in Translation reference? I don't know what Lost in Translation is. So maybe, probably not. So you just, Matt, you stick it to the man. Too much high proof whiskey. Are you Schlammered? Is Schlammered. All right. All right. Steve Merritt, new member. Oh, dude, thank you so much. Z-Biotics? No, I ran out of Z-Biotics. I need to get more. Jackie Treehorn. Jackie Treehorn treats objects like women, man. That's the dude, Lebowski. Josh Coley, thank you for being here. All right. So what we're going to do is Jonathan Cook, Halloween is coming up. It's coming. Pair that headband with some red leather pants and you're Mike Reno from Loverboy. Mike Reno. I need to look up Mike Reno. All right. Volume's perfect now. Good. Jonathan Cook's comment, this one about the red headband. Everything I read from Jonathan Cook now is in his voice. Halloween is coming. Pair that headband with some red leather pants, and you're Mike Reno from Loverboy. That was the worst Jonathan Cook impression on the planet, but you all get the point. Jonathan Cook, everybody. Man, oh man. What's JJ talking about? Oh, she says no. What other comment? I'm looking for it. I'll find it. I'm just scrolling up so fast. So good. Jonathan Cook, if they fly me to Tennessee, I'll introduce you live. That's hilarious. Oh man. So I've been talking with Jonathan for a while, on and off, to be totally transparent, on and off. And then he hit me up out of the blue and was like, "Oh, by the way, man, Jonathan, if you have a broken foot or a broken ankle or something, dude, I hope you're healing up good." He just said he was kind of like laid up for a bit with some sort of foot problem, leg issue or something, and wanted to do some stuff for the channel. And we had talked about it before, and I was like, you know what, now's the time. And I sent Jonathan the script, and I think that he sent that exact thing I used tonight in the intro back to me in like 5 minutes. True professional and a friggin' gentleman, that Jonathan Cook. It's a beautiful man. That was a good Jonathan Cook impression. Yeah, right. The worst ever. All right. Melvin Inman, who? The guy who did the voiceover for my intros. If you watch the intro, you'll understand. All right. So, according to the notes I did take, what I need to do is this. I need to take sample 1, sample 5, and sample 1 and sample 5, first of all. We're going to do that first. So 1 and 5, you're up. Because we need to crown champions here. Let's go back to number 1. Okay. All right. Sample 1, what I'm doing is I'll tell you in a minute. Sample 1 was a little underwhelming at first, during my first sip. And although it is very good, let's not split hairs here. This is a very good bourbon. It just doesn't hold up to some of them in the flight. So let's go to 5. Then we'll do some water, and we'll get in to a couple more, because we're going to place these in the correct order and crown the correct champion. All right. I don't like doing this, but I am doing it. I'm trying to decide which one is in last place and which one is in second to last place. Glass 1 was a bit underwhelming and didn't blow me away with complexity or a crazy finish. Glass 5 was more complex and had a much longer finish, but the flavors on that finish were a bit nutty, and not exactly what I was looking for. So I'm gonna do this. But a bit nutty. Oops. Don't break anything, Matt. Don't break anything. All right. Now, a little bit of a water break and back to the notes, because we need to crown a winner. Faux shows. Let's see. Water is here. Greg Johnson. Shots fired outside your house? That happened to us when we lived in Hartford. Kids were in bed, and my wife and I were watching a movie, and she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Those are definitely fireworks." And she's like, "Those did not sound like fireworks." And I was like, "Totally fireworks." Then all the cops showed up. There's a drive-by shooting between 2 vehicles at the intersection directly outside of our apartment. Yeah. So, a little bit scary. I know what that's like. Flight into Tennessee. New whiskey bar opened by me and was able to get a Pappy 15 pour tonight, and the Michter's 10 feeling pretty good. Nice. The 15 is that 15 is very good. The 15 is very good. I think I'm in the minority here, and I like the 20 and 23 more than the 15, but the 15 is tremendous. John Gresham, $3.75 for Willet 8-year single barrel rye, my complete tater. The 8, those ryes get really, really good the older they get. I love the 4-year Willet rye. And I think I saw a 6-year rye last year. My first ever on the shelf. I saw a 6-year rye, and I think it was like $2.75 for a 6-year, which was too rich for my blood. But you know what? If you got the money and it's something you really want, then no. If you paid $13.75 for a Willet 8-year single barrel rye, I would say that is a lot of money. Some people are paying crazy amounts for crazy stuff. Haven't seen Dan or Julie on tonight. Are they still out of town? Not sure if they're out of town or not, but I talked with them today. They're doing good. I freaking love Dan and Julie. Like Time Whiskey. The Likes are some of my favorite people on the planet. And by some of my favorite people, I mean my favorite people who are not my mom or dad or wife or children. Jeff Mahar, that's what it is. I'm thinking Gravity Tractor t-shirt for merch. # cheers, Matt. We could do a Gravity Tractor shirt. Yeah. I've been thinking about new shirts lately. A Gravity Tractor shirt would be nice. I haven't sold very many t-shirts in the last few months. The sales of my merchandise in my Teespring went from surprisingly good sales. I was like, well, that's kind of crazy, to none. So I don't know what happened, but that was part of my thought process lately is getting new merch. I know things are a bit stale over there. Not a lot of new things lately, so that's probably it. Craig Johnson, gotta love it. I love where I live. It's just a shame it's not the safest part of town. I know. I would like any of the Pappy. Oh yeah, me too. So I do have a shirt that says "Bring me to Pappy" because in my first ever Pappy video, I just said that's as easy as it. All you have to do is go into a store and say "Bring me to Pappy," and they'll bring it to you. But that's not the case, apparently. I've been trying it, and the only person it works for is Alec Rubin. He wore his "Bring Me to Pappy" shirt and actually got a Pappy. I would think a Uber would know the difference between gunshots and fireworks. Yeah, for sure, but guess what? Not gonna tell my wife I heard gunshots. Big League Bourbon, hire me. Dude, Chris, you're the best. And yeah, Chris Luddig, if you can throw together a friggin' Gravity Tractor design, I love it. Scale 1 to 10, how grapey is your 50 Shades of Grape? I would say 50 Shades of Grape is relatively grapey. Grape purple rock candy is what I get on a lot of light whiskey, so it's kind of why I named it that. Also, it's a bit oakier than normal. It's a bit more oaky than normal light whiskeys in that age range. So a lot of people get grape notes from oak. So that was part of the thought process as well. Also, it was just a sweet name, and friggin' Daniel Carter nailed the sticker. Nailed it. All right, let's get back into these and finally choose a winner. Just letting my palate recover a little bit because these are very high proof. I want to 7, 3. Let's do 7 and 3. I want to compare 7 and 3. We have 3 here. 7 doesn't have a dang cap on it. Son of a bee sting. Which one is? Seven and 3. So put that on 7. Let's taste 3 real quick. Oh, that's nice. Hardin Creek Jacob Well 199. Is that the 15-year? The 15-year Hardin Creek Jacob's Well. It's very, very good. That's one of the best whiskeys I've tasted this year. If I were to have a bottle of it, it would be in the running for Whiskey of the Year. Would I like it more at $150 than $199? Yes. If I saw it for $199, would I buy it? I'd be very tempted. I might. It's really good. Mash and Drum, Jason also really enjoys that. He did it blind, and I think that it did really, really well against other. It beat the 2021 Four Roses Limited in one of his blinds. It's really, really good bourbon. I would say that for $199, I would probably buy one. All right. 3 is the nose better than the palate. The palate's still very good. It's, man. I did say earlier that I think that some of these might be the same sort of thing, and I might be onto something here. Or I might be off of something here. There are 7 pours, so they do tend to get a little bit muddy the more you do it. But this reminds me of something familiar, possibly an Elijah Craig pick. It is very nice, very tasty. Charred oak on the palate, a little bit of like burnt brown sugar. Nothing that's like standing out as an exceptional taste or something that's like, oh, I gotta say this about it. It's very good. It's high proof. It's something that I would really enjoy to sip. It's not going to be the winner tonight, though. Glass 3 is not going to be the winner. But the question is, how does it compare to Glass 7? Glass 7, in my notes, interesting little bit of information I read on my sheet. Not really. Hardin's Creek available for 120? Is that the we're talking about, okay, there's one that's very young and one that's 15 years old or something. The one that's the 15-year whatever is the good one. The one that's not, I would pass all day, because who wants young whiskey? Yeah, make sure you don't get like the super young one. I would not advise that. Shredward found a Russell's Reserve 13 last year for $199. Would gladly buy another at that price. Yeah, of course, right? I mean, I don't know what those go for on secondary, but I would imagine that's probably a smart buy, because yeah, for sure. Glass 7, very bakery, very bready again. Ethanol forward. There is something unique on Glass 7 that's like kind of throwing me for a little bit of a loop ski. Man, there is something like, when I see what Glass 7 is, I will be surprised, because there's like a funkiness in the middle of it, almost like a wheated funk, like a wheat whiskey funk, but it's definitely not a wheat whiskey. But it's got like that, it almost tastes like a craft bourbon, but I don't think it is. It's just strange for some reason, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Huh. All right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the porter order is secure. Okay, we're down to 3. Round of 3 that I think are going to be my top 3 here. We have 6, 2, and 4. The next one I taste is going to be number 4. I am 99. I'm pretty confident I know what number 6 is, and it's so good. We'll see. Let's go here. What's going on, Sam Lohman? Thank you for being in here. 308 people in chat. I love you all. We lost about 30 people due to my incompetence, but that's all right. That's totally fine. That happens. $400 in Ohio? Yuck. Yuck. Need a spin job t-shirt? I know. I would like America t-shirt with the cork pop, a SJ t-shirt with the spinning Glen, a gravity tractor t-shirt would be badass. I'm just not much of a designer of things that look good. Bruzel in Bruzel's voice. All right, been a long day, so I'm heading to bed. Have a good stream. Bruzel, TJ, you're the best. And I love you, man. I just met you and I love you. So that says something. Love at first hug. And we haven't even hugged yet. So that means love before first hug. Pretty nice. Trenton's here. Swirl J t-shirt spin job is good too. How about the old mat job? The old tilt a swirl. Robotic. Ever have Luxor 12? Not a whole lot of whiskey tubers have mentioned it at all. I absolutely adore it. The Luxor 12 is phenomenal. I think I reviewed it. I could be wrong. If I didn't review it, that means I drank the entire bottle without reviewing it. But I'm 99% sure I did review it, and I love it. But some people don't like it. I know that Dan and Julie aren't huge fans of it, but I love the Luxor 12. So good. Which state has the best selection of bourbon? No idea, Keith. No clue. But definitely, I don't know. It's a good question, actually. Probably Oklahoma, because nobody goes to Oklahoma. Chris Luddig. Call me, let's set up the t-shirt line, call it a day. All right, Chris, we will. We'll do it. We'll friggin' do it. Yeah, Brett, I talked to Into the AM. I talked to them about so Into the AM, they're very about their brand. So like what they do is their designs. I know that like when Dan and Sean work with them to make the 2 t-shirts they have, like they've got to work with the designers and it's like they have their own style. But like I think that an ADHD, like a shirt with a head and like a brain with like a bunch, I can see an Into the AM shirt with an ADHD brain in it that would work really well. And Jerome over there Into the AM put me on like in the queue for people who they work with to, I don't know, possibly get a shirt designed, but I'm not holding out hope at all. But that'd be really cool to have a shirt on their website. Yeah, that's so much. $600 to $700. I've never spent that much money on a whiskey before, and I'd have to be in a much better place financially to do that. Like in a double as good as we're doing place, because as much as I've never spent more than $300 on a bottle, and those were really difficult decisions. Bruzel, love you too. I'm out before you see this one. Well, good night, buddy. Friggin' Bruzel. He's a hardworking man. If you're not watching Bruzel, he's on TikTok and YouTube. Just a great guy, that Bruzel. He's from Alabama, and he demands an audience with his presence. He's a great, great man. And I would hate for Bruzel to ever yell at me, because that would scare me to death. Matt doesn't read chat too, ad. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, Wigmaster. What didn't I read? I'm trying. I can't read every one of them while I'm sipping through 7 bourbons. It's really hard. But I will try to. There's nothing that I'm trying to miss on purpose. It's just a whole thing. Alrighty, let's see here. All right, so we're down to 3. I want to taste. Let's see. No, we're at 7, 6, 2, and 4. Dang it. What 6 is. 4. Let's do 4. That's. All right, glass 4. This is serious business, so bear with me. Bear with me here. Man. Very surprised that my palate is hanging on this long. I was a bit worried with 7, but interestingly, my palate's hanging on longer than my words. But interestingly enough, no more 4-syllable words. I'm picking up on a lot of things. A lot of the things smell very similar, so I'm wondering if there are multiples or like different variations of something in here. If not, I can see that too. But at the same time, there are things that are smelling similar, but the things that smell different and taste different are standing out a lot. So we're down to 2. I do have a porter order up to my top 2, and I think that it's time to take a sip of water and really make a decision here. The B522 is dog water, says Shredward. I was not a huge fan of B522. Still not a huge fan. Matter of fact, I think B522 is my least favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof in quite a while. I wish I had a time machine. I could go back to like 2017 and just go hunting, or 2018, 2019, 2020. Yeah, A122 I thought was much better. But you know what? In order to be totally fair, I should probably do a bourbon skirmish, A122 versus B522, and just see how they do. I purposely did this. Every single time that I see a review for C922, I know that Perry has a review out. This is my bourbon podcast. He has a podcast about it and maybe a video on YouTube. Subscribe to Perry. This is my bourbon podcast. Amazing, amazing podcast and a phenomenal YouTube channel. I love Perry with all my heart. He did a review, and I think that It's Bourbon Night also reviewed it. And Trev Wilson. Trev Wilson, the Bourbon Wrench, also reviewed the brand new batch of Elijah Craig. I'm not watching them. I'm avoiding them like the plaque. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go near it. I want my first impression of the brand new Elijah Craig to be my own. And I think I'm going to start doing that more and more with different releases, because I don't want to be influenced at all. I want my reaction to it to be my reaction. I don't want there to be anything in my head already about it. I didn't do that in the past, but I think that at this point, I need to, because as much as I don't want other people's opinions to influence me, of course they do. There's no way they can't. And it's just the way that it is. So from here on out, I'm going to make it known if I've been watching reviews on it or not. I'm going to let you know. Yes, Bill. Processing, analyzing, calibrating. Please hold. We appreciate your patience. Computing. Jaden, I read your thing about the Pingree. That's dumb. But that's the way it is sometimes. That's just the way it is. You can't help what retailers are doing. Chateau de la Belle, for how much? $175 retail. Curious to know if anyone would pull the trigger. The only person I know personally who has tasted it is Cameron, Drums and Drams, who's, I don't know. I'm curious to hear his thoughts today, because he did like blind it against other stuff. It's hard because I think a lot of people are comparing it to Chateau de la Belle #1, which was like one of the best whiskeys of all time, from what I understand. I've had sample of it, but I've never had a bottle. But the people who've like been very close to de la Belle #1 say it's just like the best thing. So when you get #2, it's compared to #1, and then of course it's a letdown because the sequel never lives up, to the original. Unless, of course, it's a prequel and it's Better Call Saul, and then the original's Breaking Bad, in which case, phenomenal all around. If Chateau de la Belle #2 was Better Call Saul, then I would say that I would understand because it's just as good, but it's not, according to Cameron. But those of us who haven't been quite acclimated to Chateau de la Belle number 1, I don't know, maybe it's going to be very good. We'll see. Right. Glass number 2. Oh, balls and butts. Chateau de la Belle. Damn it. Crap. Which one is a 6? That makes sense. I think that glass number 2 really shined through. Glass number 2 was like, when I tasted it, it did a lot of things to me initially that not a lot of things can do. And I should have tasted it again earlier, because after tasting through 7 and then back through 5 of them and making this late in the game, it's a bit diluted, but I need to go off of first experience here. And I think glass number 2 was just phenomenal. Glass number 6, let's taste glass number 6 one more time, make a final decision. Last year, I capped the entries, I think, at 4 or 5. I think at 4. This year, I expanded it because there's more patrons. I needed to spread the love. Next year, will I break them down into like 2 different live streams? Probably. Because 726 plus proof bourbons at the same time might be too difficult to get the correct order, but I'm pretty confident that I did anyway. Possibly. Yeah. All right. Glass number 6, from what I believe is from atop Coy Hill. Yeah. All right. So guess what? My palate is just like accustomed to just whatever now. That still has all of, wow, yeah, there it is. The red wine finish there. For sure. That has like all the Coy Hill properties, or all the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof properties there. So good. But like, I just became so accustomed to it that it didn't just like melt my face like it did the first time. So I do have a porter order, and I think that the porter order is ready to be scored. So, Shayla, if you're still in chat, do you have the list of which one is which, so we can choose a, so I can like go through the key for tonight? The key. Oh my God, who's talking about Star Wars? Hey, by the way, no Star Wars talking here. I don't want to hear about it. Never watched it. I don't watch Star Wars because, if you love Star Wars, I'm sorry. It's just like, I was never able to get into it. Never watched Game of Thrones. Super sorry. Never watched Sopranos. Super sorry about that. What else? Lord of the Rings? No, never watched that. Super sorry. If you're into that stuff, it's just not my jam. It's just not my jelly, baby, you know? Oh, this is Super Chat. Takashi, speaking of other whiskey tubers, decide yourself which one do you feel has the most unique words and descriptions when doing a blind taste. Cameron, Drums and Rams, 100%. I think that Cameron has. So he did win Matt Madness last year, which is my blind whiskey tasting tournament of shenanigans, fun, and whiskey tasting ability. He was able to like push aside all the shenanigans and fun and was able to make it fun himself, but he pretty much dominated the competition. But just watching Cameron taste stuff and talk about it is my favorite thing to listen to. I think Grease from the podcast also has what some people would define as an eloquent and subtle yet perfectionist delivery of notes on opposite day. Just kidding, Grease. You're the worst, but also the best. You're definitely Cameron. I watched Cameron last night, and then today when I'm doing this, I literally have been thinking of how he would taste this, and I haven't said that out loud yet, but in my mind, he's in my head. Cameron's in my head, and it's a bothersome thing. He's good at everything, except for probably lovemaking. Probably way better at that. So, just saying. Sorry, Cameron, but they don't call me Gravity Tractor for nothing. Yeah, drums and drams, by the way. Best. Cam's the best. Shayla Bot on point. Boom, there it is. Let's do it. These are all good. None of them, I did not dislike any of them, but last place was Glass 5, which is letter E. Tim Weeks. I'm super sorry, Tim. Very good pour. Thank you for sending it. I love you. Thank you for being a patron. Don't hate me. I just chose it last tonight. And Glass E was number 5. And it is, what did I put on my paper? Did I have a guess? I don't know, lost it. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. Lucky 7, the proprietor, 14-year, 132.5 proof Liquor Junction single barrel. So, some of the proprietor 14-year single barrels are monsters. Some of them are just great. This is a great single barrel. Unfortunately, it just wasn't complex enough. It just was a little bit one note. That's all. Nothing bad to say about it at all. There were just other better pours tonight. Thank you for sending that. I love the Lucky 7 proprietors. They're so good. In 6th place was, I believe, yes, glass number 1. And glass number 1 is Monasex? Really? Monasex? Rick Monasex? Rick Manasex? That's not what that says. Manasack. Rick Manasack was in 6th place. And did I say anything about glass 1? I did. But let's see how close it is. Old Forester single barrel. I said it on my list. I said it. Old Forester single barrel strength pick. All the single ladies. Warehouse K 42, 128.1 proof. Rick, thank you for sending that. It was good, and I called it on the paper and in my head. I was like, this smells very good. But when I tasted it, it was kind of like being attacked with napalm. with a little bit of love behind it. It's like somebody spraying you with napalm while they also told you how much they appreciated you. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, why the napalm if you love me so much? But very good. All the Single Ladies was in the 6th place. Old Forester single barrel pick. Thank you, Rick. And Shayla, thank you for posting that in the comments. That helps so much. Takashi, did I? Oh, I think I got it though, didn't I? Eventually? I think I got it eventually. Yeah, I got it eventually. I'm sorry. I'm so far behind that. Yeah, this is a gift from Daniel Carter, Gravity Tractor. That's my wrestling name. No, Ray Donovan. I don't like zombie flicks. Die Hard? No. Not my jam. Brett Buffum, you know what your favorite one is. Just go with it. Don't overthink it. Yeah, I think I had a favorite for a while, so. Sarah says I need some work. In the bedroom? Yeah. I'll give you some pointers, Cam. Just hit me up. We'll talk. Oh, hey. Bing. All right. Do you like The Neverending Story? I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I do remember liking it a long time ago. I just can't do Star Wars, okay? And then I just can't do like the stuff where it's just like people, I don't know. Let's move forward. Number 5 was Glass 7. And Glass 7 is SpaghettiOs. Oh man. Brett Buffman. Wait, no. Wait. Shoot. Did I screw this up already? D was 1. Oh no, we're good. Yeah, we're totally good. Wow, right? 5. I think I just clicked a different thing. E was Tim Wakes. All right, yeah, I see what you did there. You just changed it a little bit. So there was B. So 5th place was B, which is Brett Buffman. Is that real? No, I thought B was Brian Inglewood. Oh, okay, yeah, we're totally. Wait a minute. Crap, are we doing this wrong? E was 5. No, we're doing it right. We're definitely doing it right. All right. I just got confused for a second because the way that you put it. I'm sorry. My bad. Brett Buffman was C. That's right. So in 5th place was B, which is Brian Inglewood. I'm digging deep. It's DC. There's Julianne. That's Kavanaugh. We're getting there. There it is. Brian Englehard. Jeez, I said Englewood? That's totally wrong. All right. B is Brian. That's what I thought. All right. 5th place was B. And I believe B was just kind of like what I thought about Glass 1. It was just kind of like, it just wasn't as complex as it needed to be considered for the winnings. Yeah, still good. Did I have a guess on that? Those are boobs. I did not. But I think in my head, I have a guess. And, it's paper. Yeah. See, in my head, I thought the same thing. This is an Elijah Craig single barrel proof. If this whiskey can kick my ass, it'll kick yours. Chasing Bourbon. Deatsville. Right there. So it's an Elijah Craig single barrel proof. I don't know what the proof is on it or the age, but it's a very good Elijah Craig single barrel proof. But it's not going to blow your mind as far as like the best 126 plus proof bourbons of all time. Thank you, Brian, for sending that. I really enjoyed it. Number 4 was Glass 4, and Glass 4 is letter F, and letter F is Bill Kavanaugh. Bill Kavanaugh is letter F in 4th place. Here it is. Super heavyweight. 4th place was number 4. Do I have anything written down for 4? Yeah, I do. See if it's accurate. Bill Kavanaugh, thank you for being so generous with everything you do. Bill Kavanaugh sent me a lot of samples that'll kick ass, so thanks, Bill. So my notes said it was an Elijah Craig single barrel, but this is Heaven Hill Select Stock, 14 years, 132.3 proof. Heaven Hill Select Stock. So I think that we're kind of getting on a bit of a trend where I said that some of them are smelling and tasting a bit the same. A little bit of a couple duplicates of Heaven Hill so far. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, Heaven Hill Select Stock. Bill Kavanaugh, thank you so much. Holden Kirkwood says, pay attention. Of what? What am I doing? What did I do? Four was F. A, B, C, D, E. F is Tim. What the heck? I'm so totally confused. Ha. The letters are often the donors. This is gold. F is Tim. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you for helping me out there. So I fucked it up. My bad. So, yeah. So Mark, thanks, Mark. It's like nothing. Like honestly, Shayla, I love you so much. Appreciate the heck out of you. But it's just the way that they were. I just got confused with, the way that they were. See, yeah, there we go. That makes more sense to me. My bad. So I guess we know where that went. So F in fourth place was, I'm sorry, Tim Weeks. So Tim Weeks was in fourth place. Get off of there. Oh boy. I have so much stuff here now. Not good. I'm sorry. There's 7 of them. There's so much. Start over now. I'm just reading this to make sense. So, all right. Did we already read Tim's or not? So what I did was I threw paper everywhere, and so we have 1, 2. No idea. I need to read Tim still. All right. So I have, thank you, Bill. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's what I needed. So I have J's, Brett's, and DC's. Where's Tim's at? That's my question. I did read Tim's. I opened Tim's. So there's being confused in front of a live audience is fun. Nothing on this paper. Let me see. I opened it but never read it. That doesn't make sense because I don't have anything here for it. Let's hope he doesn't become gravity tester on his. No, I'm totally good. It's just I'm confused, and being confused is not fun. All I did was confuse myself. All right, well, let's just move on to the top 3. Great, grand, wonderful. All right, third place. I've got to find out what Tim's was, but in third place was Glass 3. Glass 3 is letter A, and letter A was the reigning defending champion J was in third place, and that was glass number 3. So glass number 3 was J's in third place, and it was Four-Gate Kelvin Collaboration 2 Batch 6, 126.4 proof. Very good. I do like it. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know where I put Tim's thing. I'm sorry. I'm kind of dumb. All right. So in second place was glass 6. In first place was glass 2. 6, I am like 99% sure it's Coy Hill. Glass 2 was phenomenal. I loved it from the very, very beginning. And it's the champion tonight. What in the hell is going on here? I'm actually very confused for no reason. I'm very confused for no reason. Okay, it says A was J, which was class 3. Yes. B was Brian. C, Brett Buff. D was DC. we have a change of events. This is the worst possible way to start this off. This is the worst possible way. No, this is bad. So anyway, what happened was this. D was DC. And okay, I gotta see this. I'll explain in a second. Not great on my end. This is my fault. Kind of a shitty deal. Next year we won't do 7 at once. It's pretty bad. So all right, let me say this. What happened was this. I had a bit of a reading problem to start it out. A bit of a reading problem. And I don't know how I went down this road, but I did. No, I didn't. All right. The runner-up was Glass 6, which is letter C. And that belongs to Brett Buffum, and he had Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, which I called 141.1 proof to Coy Hill. Problem is, in first place would then mean letter D, which is Daniel Carter. But upon further inspection, which this happens sometimes in mixed martial arts, is, I don't know if you can read it, is obviously a letter G, meaning that when I read letter why would I think that's a G? That makes no sense. I mixed D and G up. And that is just welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. DC was Glass 1 and came in 6th place. In first place was Glass G. Oh my God. I am so terrible at this. The winner and the new champion at super heavyweight of ADHD Whiskey. The new super heavyweight champion is Bill Kavanaugh. Turns out, just mixed up a D with a G, and who knows what Tim Weeks had. Boy, oh boy. This was a fun start to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Too many papers, not enough time. I fudged that up pretty bad. Jeez Louise. I'm going to have to rewatch this because I did say that G was D. How did I mix that up? I swear I said G. Yeah, my bad. Bill Kavanaugh, you're the winner, and you supplied the Heaven Hill Select Stock 14-year, 132.3 proof. To be totally fair, when I first smelled this, it was very leathery and very like darker notes, and it just was tremendous. A very tremendous bourbon. I honestly thought that this was an Owl Batch 9. I thought that somebody sent the Owl Batch 9 again, and I thought it was the winner, but man, that is so good. That is so stinking good. Bill Kavanaugh, congratulations. You are the super heavyweight champion of the Ultimate Fighting Championship 2022. From here on out, the next divisions are lower proof and will be probably done in a more sufficient way. And this was just not great tonight. It was great up until the actual reveal, and then I flubbed it up. My bad. Am I actually Gravity Tractor? No. I'm more like just under a lot of pressure and just can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Rick says, I just hope you like. I liked all the samples. They're all so good. The whiskey one tonight, they were all so good. It was funny, the Coy Hill stood out like a sore thumb. The Coy Hill was like a crazy person going nuts in the middle of Times Square. Everyone was like, oh, look at that. And I loved it. But I thought that the Glass 2 was just so complex and did so many things that I just loved it that much more. The Coy Hill is phenomenal, but the Coy Hill is more like I would say the Coy Hill is kind of like a how would you word it? Kind of like a shock and awe. That's how you describe Coy Hill. It just blows your mind, and you're just left like, what just happened? I like that a lot because not a lot of whiskey can do that and leave you happy. Glass 2 did that in a more subtle way, but also just did so many different things. It was more complex. It just made me smile from head to toe. And by the way, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is, when they were at their best, my favorite bourbons of all time. So Bill Kavanaugh probably cheated the system and knew that since I loved Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I would probably fall in love with a 14-year, 130-plus version of that product. So congrats, Bill Kavanaugh. Sorry, DC, you thought you won and then didn't. But in the end, you're still a winner because you're the best. My goodness gracious. Bubble Bath Bourbon, don't worry, Gravity Tractor, it's fine. Don't let this setback distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw mankind off Hell in the Cell and plummeted 16 feet through an announcer table. I remember that. Mick Foley, that guy was built out of stuff that was eventually broken. That man. It was good. Sorry I screwed it up, but I do love you all. Shayla, why are you an idiot? No, I just can't read. It's definitely not your fault. I just have a terrible time reading. That's all. Heaven Hill Select Stock 14-year 132.3 proof. Thank you, Bill. Super heavyweight champion of the world. In my world, anyway. Thank you for watching. I love you all so much. This was a ton of fun. A ton of fun. Dang it, Brett. I missed your runner-up super chat. I'll get there, Brett. Let me go find it. I'm going to go find... There it is. I got second place as a last-minute fill-in. I'll take it. On to the real fight. The light heavyweight round. Congrats, Bill. Oh, yeah. Brett entered a couple different categories. Brett, we'll see if you come out on top in the light heavyweight division. This was a ton of fun. Probably next year, probably split it up into... I don't know. I'll have to think about it because I want to let as many patrons participate as possible, but also I want to make it so that the right pour wins, and 7 pours at 126 plus proof is a lot. It's a lot. Unless your name is, I don't know. It was a lot for me. I had fun though. It was a great time, and now I'm going to call it a night. I love you all very much. Next week, I don't know what weight division we will be doing. It depends on if I have a full weight division by then. I'm just waiting on samples to keep coming and coming and coming. We'll see. But also, Mick Whiskey, I'm going to taste your sample up against Mr. Bill Kavanaugh's to see how it compares on a future live stream. And we'll see how it goes once I find out your key, because if you would have won tonight, I have no idea what won. That would have been anticlimactic, kind of like what happened tonight, but I didn't anticipate that happening. I love you all so much. Have a great night. Gary Franchi, I love you. You're the best. Horses and bourbon, sign your hat. That's going to be enough of that. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on literally just sticking to the basics and keeping things organized enough where you don't screw things up immediately upon starting, which will eventually lead to your demise. Because, surprise, that's what happened to me tonight. Dave R. with a final super chat right before I was about to say goodbye says, if you need any more quick feels, let us know. I don't know what that means, but I will go to bed thinking about it. I love you so much. Have a great night. Next Friday, same time, same place, different weight class. Gravity Tractor out.